we got a good episode of Craft Tea, packed with all kinds of conversation. Me and Sarah, we talked about what I had for breakfast. We talked about my hot takes on Stanley tumblers. And also, we got into Sarah's printer woes that have really been a problem in the warehouse lately. So look forward to that. We got a lot of good stuff that we talk about. I think that's it.
Well, as you can see, we're still having tea.
All right. Good morning, everybody, or whatever time it is. I always do that. Craft Tea, welcome. Episode 15. No guests today, so no big surprises or anything. I think we're kind of on almost a wind down-ish of like the exciting things that we just had like a whole lot of stuff. Like a whole lot though. We actually canceled some stuff because there was a whole lot of stuff, so that we can kind of like
calm down,
absorb a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I didn't want to cancel.
No, because it canceled the fun.
It was honestly the most...
We kept all the chaos, and we canceled the fun.
It was the most adult thing I think I've done all year. But I could
do so many adult things.
Turn it back on real quick.
Yeah, we were going to go to Disney. We haven't been to Disney in...
over a year now.
I was going to say, I think it's going on 2 years now. And we had not missed it since we,
2015?
Almost started dating. Like a little bit after, obviously, we started dating. We started doing the annual trip thing.
It was 2015 because it was the year I quit my job.
Yeah.
I quit my job, and then we scheduled that vacation for your birthday because I couldn't take vacations with the job I had. Remember, I could only take vacation when she took vacation. There was 2 weeks out of the year. One was in April, and one was in October, and that was the only time you were allowed to take off more than one day.
That was the moment we decided to dedicate a portion of our life savings to Disney every year. But
we do it pretty well.
We did. We have a lot of fun.
If anyone wants really good tips on doing Disney, Jason and I are your people. We do it very well, very cheap. It's not
the abridged
most
version.
It is, and it's not the most ideal if you have car seats. I think that's the only time we don't really have great advice for you now because we don't drive there, we Uber.
Correct.
Was $16 to Uber sometimes. I think the most was $25, and granted parking's probably $25 to $30, so you're paying a little bit double, but you don't have to walk to your car. They come get you right at the gate.
Yeah, we started obviously honestly, we went to Disney the first time and stayed on resort. We did everything through the resort,
the buses
ate
and everything.
with their food, did their meal plan, everything, and then when we got done we were like, wow, what a waste. You sit in long lines, the food is terrible. Not the mass-produced food. The mass-produced food is pretty terrible.
For how much you pay for it.
Crappy Mickey waffles and stuff.
$16 crappy Mickey waffles.
Yeah, and I was just hard pass on that. So, after that, then I was like, okay, we can, for even less or similar, get a villa that's in Kissimmee or a stone's throw away that has either its own pool or its own entrance. Either way, it's its own thing. No,
you started that when remember we canceled our Disney trip, sadly, because you decided you had to go work in Florida and put the damn lights back on.
For our first anniversary. I was actually super excited.
Really cool. And granted, I know you did not want to cancel. That was very upsetting.
No.
But we were staying Animal Kingdom, giraffe side, right there. The pictures are the giraffe comes in your room, which obviously it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but we had to cancel it. You stayed at the Grove.
Yeah, it was.
Was that the name of it?
I get confused now because you go to the Coconut Grove bar near us.
I do not go to Coconut Grove bar. Lindsay forces me.
Lindsay goes to Coconut Grove and then you go with her. But either way, now whenever I hear Grove now though, my brain is Coconut Grove and I'm like, that is not what the resort thing is called.
I think it was the Grove or something like that.
Yeah, something Grove though. But anyway, that's in Orlando. It was brand new. They weren't even done yet. And then we got sent there on Storm and they had us stay there for the first night while we were waiting on Maria to come and basically take Miami off the map. But while that happened, the day before the storm was hitting, they had us in that resort. It wasn't done yet, so nobody was staying there. So they had us up in like the suites, and I was like, wheels started turning. After obviously had to cancel the vacation in order to do this. We come back from storm and we rebook it for November.
And I was not happy. I was like, you want to stay at some hotel? All right, fine. We're going to stay at some other hotel that doesn't have anything Disney on it. It's going to be really stupid, but we're still going because you promised me also we're going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, so we found that. We ended up staying there, and it was just like a better deal. It was like it really cost less. It was amazing. We could Uber right to the doors. You didn't have to go on like the crazy bus. The bus thing drove me nuts because like I get it. You like everybody has like different needs and stuff, but there are people that abuse the special needs with the electric wheelchair thing. Oh, like you see the people that can absolutely 110% walk and are just like, oh wait, but you can. It's literally a free fast pass if you're an electric wheelchair. Like spoiler alert. So, like, if you feel like spending a little bit of money on an electric wheelchair, you'll get first dibs on the bus. You'll get first dibs on any of the lines. And that's just, like, there's people that abuse that. And it kind of sucks. But I was like, I don't want to
because the one time we waited for 3 buses.
Because instead of complaining about the system, I just removed myself from the system and was like, you guys do your bus thing, and I'm going to be on this Uber.
But some of these hotels have buses, like, I think the Grove might have been one of them. And other ones that we stayed, they have buses that go to certain resorts. Mm-hmm. So one place that we stayed even had a bus that went to Universal. Because we took the bus there and Ubered home. Mm-hmm. And then the other ones have buses that go to certain ones. I think the most common was obviously to go to Magic Kingdom because that has ways to go to every single park. But then one of them also had a bus that went to Epcot, which also has a bus that goes to Disney Springs and obviously Magic Kingdom.
I feel like we're down a rabbit hole of talking about bus routes in Orlando right now.
I was just pointing that out real quick.
No, it's fine. I feel like we're both going down the rabbit hole.
But that was really cool, though. We and I definitely ate my words because it was a lot of fun. Every single resort that we stayed to after that was great. And then we're doing the Airbnb thing, and it's even better because you don't have to deal with any of that stuff, although you do have to clean up after yourself, which is a little less than desirable, but you get more room. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. But we're not going this month. We are going this year. I will not go this year. I'll figure it out. We'll go in November.
Sarah's going to Disney in November.
You literally only live once, so I'm going to be doing things.
I know. That's when my birthday is, so
either come or don't.
I'm going to do what I want to do.
I know when your birthday is. I read it on the calendar.
I don't remember what our next topic was, but we had topics this morning.
We did have topics. You're a little bit upset about the Stanley Cups, I believe.
Yes, the trends and the fads and stuff. But wait, we skipped breakfast, though. I do have to talk about breakfast.
Whose breakfast?
Because I said it's very important to talk about the relevance of what's going on in our lives. And right now, Dunkin' Donuts has offered me something to eat for breakfast. And I'm excited about it just a little bit because it's still very much on the subpar range of options, but at least it's an option. You got breakfast tacos, and they have a breakfast taco option without meat, and nobody has meatless options anymore. Did you know that?
I did not know.
It's good.
Oh, your eyes are lit up. I see. I was like, wait a minute.
That's what I'm getting in the morning now. I get excited about it because it's got like a corn salsa on it. Also, Dunkin', please, like, send me some money. Corn salsa, eggs, and cheese, and then you can get a lime crema, but I'm like weird about crema and stuff, so like I didn't get that. But
I just don't like saying crema.
But the taco itself is like, you know, like I said, honestly, if I'm really getting down to it, subpar, but it's acceptable for having something to eat because there's like, they took away the Beyond Meat, they took away our Impossible croissant sandwiches.
I remember that.
They took away, what else?
Dunkin's was nice. I liked Dunkin's. We ate them every...
The breakfast options for meatless have just like all but disappeared. It's like fortunate that Chick-fil-A puts hash browns at least on their like burrito because it like creates a fake protein.
Right.
But like, and then
filler.
And I can't even go to Wendy's because I don't know if I'm crazy or if they're crazy, but I don't like spit in my sandwiches, and I'm fearful.
No one spit in his stuff.
They didn't, but they will. It's the same people.
They will.
We stand out in a crowd. Like you can't just like say that. Oh, they won't remember you. Right. I am a memorable person. I know that. And I don't want to be. I'd love to be forgotten, to be honest with you.
You're going to need to fill them in on that now because they're just going to think that for some reason people see you.
All we wanted to do the one time, we were trying to break it up. We usually go to Chick-fil-A, like every time. It's like Chick-fil-A, Dunkin', Chick-fil-A, Dunkin', Chick-fil-A, Dunkin'. And eventually your taste buds are like, stop. So there's a Wendy's. We're like, let's go to Wendy's. We actually really like their breakfast. But like when we open, I think is like roughly when they open. And I think this like one time that we went in there, they didn't have their cook. So they just had like the manager guy and then the lady, God bless her soul, that takes the orders. And I'm not sure if she understands how anything really works in the world at all. But anyway, she takes the order. We order a very normal breakfast, right? Like I just get like my breakfast, you get your breakfast.
It's very normal.
Just like a normal breakfast meal, like a number on the menu.
It was a very normal order.
And then we pull up, we pay to the lady.
That was quick.
And then we go to the next window, and we're just at that window.
For like 12 minutes.
Very long time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we
lost track of time for a second.
Yeah, we were in conversation. We start like looking at videos on our phone, and we're like talking to each other, but we're like, we've been here a while.
We could have sat down at a restaurant and ordered for
dead serious, like a while. And nobody's like coming to this window.
No.
I'm like, hello? So eventually she comes to the window, right? Wasn't it her?
I don't remember
she comes
who
around
came
to the window.
first,
I can't
her or
remember.
the dude.
Oh my God.
But
it was
whoever
like,
it was, they said they were going to be a few more minutes, and Jason's like, how many more minutes?
I said, can you just like tell me how many more minutes? Because we've been here for like a lot of minutes already, and I just really have to get to work. Like, we're in charge and we got to open the place and stuff. Like, I know that we're late a lot of times, honestly, but we try not to be.
They didn't have an answer. They didn't have an answer for that question.
It was, she was just like,
she did send the dude.
Yeah. Just like, I'm like, okay, well, like, I'm just going to, like, need to cancel it if it's not going to be soon. So then she goes and gets the dude. And it's, like, the manager guy. And he's definitely younger than me.
And he came out with an attitude.
I'm not older. Yeah, he came,
already.
he's not, and I can, so I try my best to put myself in other people's shoes, even if I'm the one being slighted right now. So, like, this dude tells me, don't even make that face. This dude tells me that he did not have a cook today. So, like, that sucks, right? Like, I get it.
We're like 15 minutes
when
in.
we lose the nanny, the fucking day is ruined. So he lost his nanny for the day. His day's ruined. And then his first customer just got to go to work. That sucks, right? Like, so what pissed me off the most was during this happening, the dude, I'm like, can I cancel the order? And he's like, well, it's just going to be like a few more minutes. And I'm like, what is that though? Like,
We're already 15
and I'm like,
in.
I'm dead serious. Like, we've been here. I could have gone to the store, bought eggs, brought them home, cooked a sandwich in the time that you're telling me that the grill's heating up. Like, come on, man. Like, you guys have been open.
Depending
like,
where the store is,
the
that's
lights
pretty,
are on.
that's pretty accurate.
So I'm like, what the hell's happening
Go to
right
the 7-Eleven real quick.
But while this is going on, somebody orders behind me, and they actually say to him, hey, we don't have a cook. It's going to be a while. So that's what set me off, was that there was no courtesy given to me to let me know before I gave my money that my day is about to be fucked.
You were the tester.
Just tell me that you don't have a cook. We're running a little behind today, and maybe this morning is not the day to order here if you're in a rush. Like, some sort of fucking courtesy. A little bit. None. I got none. I literally got attitude for asking if my sandwich is going to be done within the next, day. So
He was upset.
the guy behind us obviously was told that his shit's going to be a while. He left. He drove back around us. So he got to continue his day, probably go to the Dunkin' that's next door, and get his shit and be on his way while I'm still sitting here. So then the dude is like, then he says, do you want a refund or not? Like, that's what he says. And I'm like,
We still
Refund.
never got that refund.
Are you serious?
We left.
I'd be like,
So-
I not
so,
only
yeah,
want
he's-
my
so
fee,
he's-
but I also want it half off.
He's like
It's
getting,
ridiculous.
I could see the rage building in him, and it's building in me, and I'm just like, it's going to get very unprofessional right now, and I just fucking sped off because it was like $15 in Wendy's,
even. It was
and
like
it's
$8.
not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
was like $8.
Yeah.
Well, 2 meals. I think it was like 15 to be honest with you. I think it's actually burned in my head. But I was like,
Trauma.
now I can't go to Wendy's anymore because it's the same.
It's
It's the
always that
same employees.
one.
It's the same lady that takes the orders.
I don't know
and I'm
about
like,
the
it's
dude, but it's
likely that
definitely that
manager
lady.
guy. But I'm like, even if I don't know if he's there or not, like my brain is a little kooky, and I'm gonna be like, okay, she's gonna hear me ordering and be like, yo, it's them again, and he's gonna be like, spit in that fucking food now. Yeah. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he's not like that, and he's probably like, yo, maybe he thought that they didn't deserve that, and he wishes that he could take it back. I probably don't think that.
I don't actually think that's an unreasonable thing. I mean, you had a bad interaction, and people do stupid stuff like that. Like, just
They
really...
get called on
see it
social
all
media
the
all the
time.
time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the
All the
time.
time. I don't think that's unreasonable.
And that's why I was just like, so now, I said it out loud, Sarah, multiple times, like, that Wendy's is just gone now. Like, it just doesn't exist anymore. I was like, that really sucks, because I like Wendy's breakfast. Especially.
Or what about ordering for pickup? Oh, because they're not open, so you can't put in the order.
I think they open at 6:30.
Yeah, they definitely open a little bit before.
I put that bad boy in.
Because we
just
get
pick it up
there-
at the window.
Yeah, because we get there a little after, and they're still like heating up the grills.
That's ridiculous.
But
If
usually
you
there's not,
open
like,
at
a lot of
7,
people.
you need to be there in plenty of time for whatever needs to be heated up or whatever, so that at 7 you're flipping
We're gonna sell
burgers
this right
and
now.
all
So
that.
full circle, this is why I'm more excited about the Dunkin' Taco thing, even though it's subpar, because I already have limited options. So at least it was like, if Wendy's announced that they came out with something, I'd be like, you gotta be kidding me.
They do open at 6:30.
So what's the? I mean,
6:30 is the
So
start
I
that you
guess
can
what
order
happened was they
food.
opened at 6:30 because the cook wasn't there. He never turned on the grill, so they would be getting the grill ready at about 7:30, 7:40.
When they
Yeah,
open
everything
at
was
6:30.
run. Yeah, everything was like I said. It not my fault, but also I don't think that necessarily being the customer, I deserved like any of that shit. So like,
So we don't go to Wendy's anymore. Now we're very much back at Dunkin', where they have this really cool taco,
yay!
which I think they completely ripped off Taco Bell. But what does Dunkin' Donuts have besides donuts and bagel sandwiches that they haven't ripped off anyone else? I'm currently drinking a rip off as we speak.
Yeah, they had the wake up wrap, so that's what they did with the taco. They were like, you know what, we just need some corn salsa, and it's a taco.
Dunkin' doesn't have an original idea in their whole little conglomerate, I suppose. They're just like, what's Starbucks doing these days? We should do something very similar, if not the
It
same.
used to be America runs on Dunkin' now.
Yeah. America just runs now.
America, yeah, like I get Dunkin' to make it to when Starbucks opens.
This is true.
That's a like actual fact. You guys usually see like showing pop on in here with my Starbucks. But that's enough of my relevant to our lives and irrelevant to the craft world.
Maybe not
Info.
irrelevant. You don't know who's going to get breakfast today now. They might now go to Dunkin' Donuts instead of Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, go out and get breakfast tacos. And if Dunkin', if
I
you
meant
see
to
a
say
spike
instead
in
of
your
Wendy's.
breakfast taco sales,
Drop a comment. Let us know where you went to breakfast this morning. Sorry, Chris.
right.
What were you saying?
No, I was just saying now it's just Dunkin'.
It is. They dropped the
yeah,
donut.
they did drop
Which
the
is just-
donuts.
They're just trying to be like Starbucks.
They dropped the donuts right when they brought in the grilled cheese, which
They don't even
Starbucks
make
also
their own
has a grilled
donuts.
cheese.
They ship the donuts to the stores too, which is like a sham.
Yeah,
They don't make the donuts.
they should make them fresh right there.
Like Krispy Kreme makes the
Oh,
donuts.
don't
you
even
know?
get me. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Some hot.
I actually think it's better
Hot
that
and
Dunkin'
fresh.
doesn't make the donuts. They don't
Duck
make
donuts.
anything
You know what's
correct
relevant?
anyway.
Duck donuts. That's relevant.
That's too sweet for me. I can't do
It
duck
was
donuts.
real sweet, but if you get it with like maybe a less sweeter, because you can choose your toppings, so just get less sweet toppings, but it's fresh. They're fresh.
They are
Hot,
so fresh.
donuts.
I've never
Jason
had duck donuts.
Oh, you're gonna have
I
to.
never had it until Alex's little gym is right near in Marlton, where the Chickies and Pizzas, that shopping center right there.
Yeah.
That's Marlton, right?
Yes.
Or Mount Laurel.
No,
I
no.
confuse the two.
Marlton.
One of the M's.
You know.
That's usually what I say is one of the M's.
But right in that little shopping center right there is a Duck Donuts, and they're a chain actually. I didn't even know that, but like, yeah, they have, and the theme works with like what we do because they got rubber ducks all over the place.
Oh yeah, I want to
and-
bring him a big D duck.
Smell
Yeah.
a collaboration.
Yeah, we should definitely collaborate.
We go
on
up there and I'm
us getting
like,
donuts.
yeah, are we getting like a half? Are we getting a half dozen? And Jason's like, full dozen, and I'm like, for who? Who's eating a full dozen donuts? There's 2 of us.
Me.
2.5 of us.
Me.
We did eat most of them donuts and then brought the rest in the next day, which would have been a Monday.
Ah, I was gonna say I don't remember that.
Next time we'll have to go on a Monday and bring it in on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so what you had briefly mentioned earlier was, yeah, what I was saying with the Stanley fad. And I wish I had one here just to like
Get angry?
get some hands on it. Yeah, to get really gaslit because I think they're hideous.
Jason went on a whole tangent
I honestly thought that we
yesterday.
should add the craft tea because I have opinions that like go against the grain so often that maybe like Jason's hot takes or something, because this is my hot take is that Stanley cups are fucking hideous. Stop using them.
He also thinks that we don't look cute when we hold them.
I don't understand. So like that's why I said is like I thought that girls want to look like cute and dainty and stuff a lot of the time. Like that's the like maybe that's my misconception though. Maybe that's where the whole thing starts. Is that I have a misconception that girls want to look cute, because I'm going to tell you right now that a Stanley Cup ain't cute. It's fucking manly as shit. I would look see a dude hunting in the woods with that fucking
That's
thing.
what I was gonna say. That's
Pastel colors. Who's
big
hunting with
so
pastel?
that you can have enough coffee to last you sitting in a tree stand from 3 a.m. to fucking 12 noon. So like that's why you need that shit. That's
Someone
why you
better
need it
tell
to stay
Stanley.
warm all that time. Stanley knows. Stanley knows. They were selling this shit to people like that first. That's why we have a Stanley pitcher that came from Uline.
I'm just gonna
I'm
say,
telling you, they were definitely not looking when they started making tumblers at like the demographic that currently grabbed hold of it.
not the current hold that they have, but my eyes have been opened wide to the whole South, which is apparently obsessed with huge cups. And this goes back to when I started, because I'm like, I think I had two 40-ounce cups, period, because I got them for like $1 when the lawsuit with Walmart. But I held on to them forever. And then people were like in deep hunt for 40-ounce cups. And I'm like,
Yeah.
for what? It was 4 of them I had with a 4-pack. I'm like, I got 4 and they've never sold. And they're like, I can't keep them in. They fly off the shelf, but they're in South Carolina, they're in Texas, they're in Louisiana, and these people like the big cups.
Yeah.
But
I
there's
didn't-
no handle on those things.
I didn't even want, when we sold tumblers,
So now that they got the handle,
still, I didn't even want 30-ounce tumblers because I was like, these are like too freaking big. When we were like, yeah, let's,
They're
you
too
know,
big
you
for
want
me,
to branch
aren't
out, get more sizes, and then you're looking at 30-ounce, and I'm like, yeah, no, like I don't really, who needs all that? It's
Coming
like,
from the tech world, do you think the same thing happens? Like, because you know how phones were huge and then they got really small and now they're getting big again. Do you think with cups, people's tastes kind of change? Like people go jumbo and then it's all about portable and small. And then people are like, screw it. And then you got dimensional drinks. Like just make it big. Who
That's
cares?
what I'm like trying to
You
figure.
know?
I'm like really trying to like wrap my head around it, but I guess it makes sense to the idea that like, okay, so cups are so universal in that everyone needs to drink, right? To live. So everyone essentially will, if you breathe air, you're going to put a cup in your hand at some point in your life. Probably. That's probably like a pretty good assumption. Now, do you like what I like? Do I like what she likes? So like, even if the male to male or female to female thing, it's just, you know, and the uses and stuff too. So like I said, maybe I'm marginalizing too much in saying that that's a very hunter manly fucking drink. I mean, women hunt too. So like, that's
Get 'em.
like, so like, it's because the cups are so all over the place, like maybe, like you said, down south, bigger cups, so much more of a demographic or buying personalized tumblers too. But like up here, we had girls at Misfit Makers that said that they make the sublimated like 20-ounce tumblers and they sell them like fucking hotcakes on the boardwalk all day, because on the boardwalk and the beach, I feel like you want something maybe a little more hand friendly and like carry friendly.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like because of all the different spaces that drinkware covers.
so I don't know if this is a good comparison, but based on the tech comment you just made, I was thinking about my phone case, right? I have a very lumpy phone case right now, and this is great. My hands it's fine for me, but I hated it before. I hated the big phone case. I wanted the small phone case, and then I returned my other phone finally, for the love of God, the other day. And I was holding it in my phone case, and I'm like, oh, this feels so much better, because it was so much smaller in the back. And I'm like, I miss this. It's not so lumpy, but it's been 2 months since I've held that in my hand like that, and now I love this one because it's bigger.
Right.
But when I went back to that smaller one, I missed it and I loved it. So I don't know if that's like the same thing with the phones and the cups. It's like, oh no, I do love this. This is great, because you forgot what the other one was like.
Yeah. It's almost like different people just aren't static. They're always changing. They're always moving. So even if they like for instance, okay, like you were talking about the boardwalk with people taking cups like more portable, but maybe it's a hot day and you're a big drinker. You don't want to be refilling it. So you fill it up one time with ice water, you want a 40 ounce because
South
you
is
don't care
always
about
hot.
Exactly. You know, and down south it's hotter. So they want
that
more.
also makes sense too
So
demographically.
they want more to drink.
Yeah.
So it just
Geographically.
changes.
They're just down south drinking out of big monogram cups.
Because, you know, why not? And they throw it in the big truck and they don't have to worry about portability. And
Yeah, as I joked about it in the office, that's why I said I was like, I feel like this would be a good time to talk about because I'm like, I feel like
You were
could take
heated yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, you could take a fucking trash can and like as long as you just taper the bottom to fit in a cup holder, it's like we're set, dude. Like that's what I want. Like 40 ounce, maybe for kids. Like that's like
He wants 150 ounce.
yeah. Let me get 150.
There you go.
How do I get that? It's.
Could you imagine putting that on a Turner?
So that's on like it's so hard to like wrap my head around it because I am a drinker. I drink so much water a day, and
You always have.
but I don't want. I honestly think that this is too big. It bothers me how big this cup is. To be honest with you, if I'm being fully transparent, this is frustrating to me. I don't like looking at this Dunkin' cup.
wow, too big, you said?
Too big. I don't know if it's like the shape or something. I hate cups that have the traditional kind of tumbler shape too. Maybe that's another reason why I don't like Stanley's. But like, I just don't like that drop. Which also, how'd they get away with that? That was the whole fucking Yeti thing.
It depends how far down
Oh, the
it
distance.
is.
And I guess
That's why you see the cups now. They have a big, tall
Yep.
top.
That's what I said before. So like, ironically, I feel like it's stuff we can talk about, whatever. When I sold tumblers, I was offered different tumbler designs that I could trademark for myself. Right? They were like offered from my supplier to like, hey, we have a mold for this. Nobody owns this mold. We can sell this mold to you, and then you'll have like exclusive rights to it. And then you file for a patent in
Because
America.
you knew they
stuff
knew
like
what was
that.
happening with Yeti.
Yeah, of course. And
sneak.
And ironically, it was one of them was this like, and it was I think, eventually somebody else trademarked it, but. I hard passed on it because I looked at it and I was like, that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I was like, no, we said it. I was like, I know that we could like even check tape and prove it because I don't delete any of my Facebook Messenger messages. So I know that I have messages with a fucking supplier with all this shit that has the pictures of when they sent it to me and like, hey, would you be interested in this? I'm like, hard no. And that's when the Stanleys came out and the popularity dropped and stuff. And I looked at them and I was like, put my hand over the handle and I'm like, holy shit, that's the same tumbler that I was offered to trademark myself. I'm like, am I kicking myself? Because I could have like had that. I'm like, but also do I have the money and the power that Stanley does to push it in everyone's fucking faces like they do and shit too? But like also, I don't know if I want to like stand behind something that I think is fucking hideous. And
I like the cups that are this size.
hate it.
I like it.
No,
You
I
could
mean
do a
that
lot of
one's
things.
an acceptable like version of it because that's more like a 30 ounce probably. But add 10 more ounces to this, and because the Stanley's more like this tall.
Yes.
But the taper is still down here. It's so disproportionate. I need.
But it
like,
gives you so much more room for activities. You do so much decorations on those.
Yes, but like a straight, straight tumblers.
Straight
Pumps,
tumblers will always be my favorite.
Pumps, straight, anything. Yeah, I need a straight surface. But like you said, the dimensional drinks thing too. It's just like, so do we want useful tumblers or do we want like a whole birthday cake on my tumbler?
Yo, I messaged Christina. So Christina Smith.
And I'm not throwing shade because I love these fucking dimensional
I was watching
tumblers.
Christina Smith's live in Misfit Makers. Christina Smith is a co-owner of Dimensional Drinks, and she was showing off the sleeves and stuff and saying different things that they could be used for, and she brought up a really cool idea. She brought up the cake mold, or, the cake sleeve, and said, you could literally market this to brides and say, I will recreate your wedding cake. Say no more, Christina. I was on it. I was like, I'm going to find a damn picture of my wedding cake. You're going to recreate it for me. I don't know. I mean, I have seen a lot of her cups and they are amazing, but our cake was intricate. Mm-hmm. It's also more layers than her cake thing is. Long story short, I really hope she makes my wedding cake into a cup. I told her, here's all the pictures of my cake, which apparently we only have pictures of the one side of our cake.
I feel like there's pictures somewhere.
I've been looking. I only found it in that video, and we have other video footage that I could probably pull for her. So I pulled the top part, which I forgot had our initials on it. And I was like, if you could do it, no rush. I only did it because you brought it up, but invoice me. Invoice me for my $2,000 cup. I'll have to give Chris pictures of this wedding cake so you guys can really see what this thing looked like.
Is our topper at home, sweetie? I think it is
yes.
at home on that shelf in the kitchen.
Oh my god, our topper was so cute. I found this lady on Etsy because Jason was a lineman at the time. And this woman on Etsy, I was looking for a lineman cake topper, and I thought maybe that's where I'll start. And then they can just add me because I'm the easier one, right? I'm just a person. That sounds weird, but you had like a tool belt and stuff. So I'm explaining to this woman, she had a lineman's cake topper on her, and I'm explaining to this woman what I want. I'm like, I make cups, so I thought it'd be cool if I was holding one of my cups, and she asked me what I used to make cups. I was like, a silhouette cameo. This woman molded my silhouette cameo and put it under my arm. It's adorable, and you can literally see the screen on the silhouette. It's tiny.
Wow. Seriously?
We'll have to bring it in. She put the dogs in there. She put Jason's line.
She made it out of
Our
clay.
tattoos are on there.
What?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm gonna find pictures of it.
That's real craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool.
So cool.
Yeah, she sculpted it out of clay. And then the cake decorators, Unique Cakes that did the cake. I don't even know if they're still in business anymore, to be honest
think
with
they
you. Because
just
they look like they moved, but then like it was hard to find their site. I don't know. Anyway, the cake was like super awesome, and it was because the whole wedding was Disney horror themed, so there was a whole bunch of different molds of stuff on it that were made from like fondant and stuff, right?
Yes, I think so. I think that's what you. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if everything was edible or not that she added to it, or if some of the things were actually like trinkets. But either way, it was like really awesome. I know a lot of it was fondant. So it had a really cool like dynamic to it. And then we cut our cake with this machete that says "Till Death Do Us Part" with our wedding date on it. And I think it still has wedding cake stuck to it, like icing.
I know I sent her a picture of this damn cake. Oh, I found them. Oh yeah.
I forget, it was who made the machete? That was
You found them.
I know. I'm just trying to think of the name.
It wasn't here in the U.S.
Devil's Latex, I think, was that one.
Sounds
I
familiar.
have a few different people that I would get like these masks and stuff from. A lot of these masks were made by Addison Mirari. He doesn't do it anymore. But some of them were made by Devil's Latex. Those were more the Jason masks, but that is who did the machete because they do a lot of Jason stuff.
Chris, I just sent you a bunch of pictures of this cake.
How did you? I'll bet.
But that was really cool. That was very unique that we did that with that machete.
Yeah.
The cake.
Yeah, I was like, it's ironic. I wasn't even thinking that like the stuff we're talking about is kind of like
I hope
surrounding
she
us.
remakes this. And that's a great idea that she came up with that cake sleeve. And what I was saying on her live is that, and I know this very well because I made cups for weddings. That's how I got my popularity in 2015, 2016, is I used to just do the plastic tumblers with a name on it. Michelle, bridesmaid, Lexi, maid of honor. And I would sell them for $12, $13 a piece. And these orders would be like $258. And people were like, okay, here you go. Here's my money. Because it's a wedding. You can literally, these brides are just like, wedding, swipe, wedding, swipe. Is that how much it is? Swipe. But under normal circumstances, they're like, I'm not paying $14 for that plastic cup that I'm only going to use one time. But weddings, they're like, whatever. So the wedding cake idea is really cool. They could really definitely remake some people's wedding cakes, and I'd really like to see some people do that.
Yeah, I mean, you had orders where you sold stadium cups, customized stadium cups, literally just throwaway plastic cups with some vinyl stickers on it, which at this point,
60
there's
to
probably
120 at a time.
there's probably much, much, much less of a market for that because people are so much more aware of Cricut and Silhouette and stuff now.
They can just buy the Cricut at this point for $300 and make all the cups.
True, right?
Which is
Yeah,
usually
true.
what happens and how these guys get into this creative space.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'll just do this one project that it'll save me money on, and you're just like, well, I can just like keep doing this, right?
And it doesn't ever save you money. I'm just telling you that right now. Spoiler alert, never saves you money.
No.
It's like, let me spend $672 to make this one item that would cost me $30.
Because the one thing that nobody ever factors in is man hours.
Yep, time is
Nobody
money.
ever pays themselves and when they justify this. I see that question asked all the time in Tumblr hacks or all the time, honestly, in all
easiest thing
kinds
to
of craft
leave
groups.
out.
In the epoxy resin advice group that I'm in stuff too. It's just like, how much would you charge for this resin table? How long did it take you to make it? They never bring that to the table. They never say like, hey, this table took me 2 weeks and approximately like 47 man hours to make. They're just like, it took me 20 gallons and like the wood cost this much. Okay. So you're free. That's good to know. Yeah, I'm hiring.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. A place where they never do that is auto repair. They always charge parts and labor every time. They get that.
$52 an hour.
Right, to the point, and they're so consistent that you know that you're getting charged for parts and labor. I think that's something that everybody should do.
And people are just like, okay, well, this is the price that I have to pay. Get the brakes on the car. But when it comes to custom items, they're like, well, it really would be cool to have that really nice custom made for me item that's only for me and I can show off, but your labor is a little bit too pricey. $42 for that? I don't know.
And then people start trying to undercut other people to gain sales instead of trying to focus on their own craftsmanship and overselling themselves. You know, like making yourself more marketable rather than watering it down so that somebody buys it.
And then you stress yourself out and you don't love doing this anymore. And then you just have a craft room full of a bunch of stuff that you can't stand looking at anymore. It happens all the time, and it's really
it's
really
a hard
sucks.
it's a hard balance too, because like you never want to turn away work, but like
I love turning away work.
yeah.
It's always there's always like this race to the bottom with pricing and stuff, but I always think when they lower the price, you just up the quality.
Yep.
You spend more. Never chase the low price, the quick turnaround. It's like, no, I'll just take longer and make it better. So that you want to go that way, I'll make the gap even wider. And then people choose.
But then it takes them this much longer to get here instead of this much, and that's all they're seeing. They're just seeing how much longer, but they're not seeing that the payoff for doing this long is here, where the payoff of this is this. And I noticed that with a lot of people. One of my friends was saying that she needed to get epoxy, but she didn't have enough money on her. And I knew that she had money, but she didn't have money to put out now for something that's going to pay off in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But it would have paid off really well in 2 weeks. But she could not see the space in between. You know what I mean? And I get it. Especially with gas being like $20 a gallon. You know, whatever the price of eggs are right now. Everything's going up. I understand. But sometimes if you want that juice, you got to squeeze that fruit.
Takes money to make money.
And time. And time.
Like money literally just doesn't appear. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It really doesn't.
Well,
it takes a
'cause
kickstart. No, even so, even if who you are, it's because they had the money to just start.
Right.
It takes the money to make the money. That's why like so many people that are like that's where like the must be nice comes in, because you had a better starting point.
How much money did all these OnlyFans ladies have before they started? They're just...
Well, who knows? But that's different because I don't know. Do they invest in whatever they invest in to present the best product?
Jason just doesn't even know what to say. We were just talking earlier this week about Sean's knows someone. Well, I mean, we probably all know someone at this point that made over $1 million in a year on OnlyFans and don't even have to get naked. I'm like, I'm rethinking my whole life anymore. What do I got to do again?
Oh my goodness!
And keep all my clothes on, because that's exactly what I want to do. But I also want $1 million. So
Apparently, this episode will be titled
Sarah starts an OnlyFans.
Sarah's journey.
God.
Sarah's journey into OnlyFans.
Do you think they'll be disappointed when they listen to it?
It'd be like,
just like,
clickbait.
yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just like Sarah laying in tubs of glitter, fully clothed.
Drop a comment if you'll pay for that.
Why do I feel like people would? That's what scares me. Like they would pay for that.
Yeah.
Because tubs,
I
tubs of
watch
glitter
a-
we got.
Watch a lot of like Twitch streams and stuff. People pay money for some very random stuff
Sure,
to
yeah.
watch, to just view and watch. People are entertained by the most random shit.
I think bizarre too. Yeah,
Yes.
random and bizarre.
What if you laid in the glitter?
Yep, that's what so I know it's like a tangent, but like
Jason Lively starts an OnlyFans.
There you go. That it's like a tangent, but like the Twitch world is crazy in that what people pay to just like be mean, or you know what I mean. I said that before to Sarah. I was like, can you just like play video games on Twitch? You know what I mean, for like a couple hours a day. Like she's like, I'm not that good at the games. It's like even better. Because they just want to tell you how fucking bad you are and what you're doing wrong. Even if you were great at the game, they want to tell you how bad you are at the game. And it's
You
just
want to
like,
know what my least favorite thing in life is? being told how wrong I am doing something and how bad I am at it.
And those are that's why it takes a special type of person to have the skin and the mental fortitude to make money by being berated every day. Like you think they go there not knowing, like, oh, I hope they're nice today. No, they're going there, and honestly, they start laying into it. You see, it becomes a personality to gaslight and incite your audience, because then people go there and pay money, because it costs like $1 every time you type to talk shit. So if you're getting them fired up and they're just like, I'm not paying that $1, but you get them so pissed off, I gotta answer this guy.
I'm starting to understand where all your dollars went.
I honestly have not
I'm just
followed
kidding.
or subscribed to a single Twitch channel that was not through my Twitch, through my Amazon Prime free subscription. You get free with Amazon Prime? I don't pay for free content. I don't understand paying for free content. That's another spoiler alert, is like everything on Twitch is free except for like if you want a couple of emotes or whatever. No, you can still technically type, but it won't show up on their screen unless you like pay the $1 or whatever.
I get it.
So it's like you can still just type all you want, but it'll get lost, especially in a very busy chat. That shit's like... when that's up
there...
They have buttons to hit to slow chat down so that they can actually read it.
So they know when you're really fired up talking shit because they'll see it in their paid section or at the top or whatever.
You'd say it's like a thing. And then you have like the sub trains and all kinds of different shit that just like incites the chats and everything. And it gets really, really crazy.
Anyone want to talk crap about glitter? Because I'll put Jason on a podcast or
don't get me wrong,
on Twitch real quick. You guys can all pay 50 cents, not even $1, 50 cents to talk crap to my husband.
You could pay a quarter, a nickel.
A nickel. Did you hear that? He's worth a nickel.
I looked at it before. So like Twitch has a like crafting section in there, but it's dead. Like nobody goes to Twitch to look at crafting and stuff. So it's like it's honestly not it's like a waste of time to go there, but it's unfortunate that it is dead because it's a really great platform for it. It's really easy to interact with people. It's really easy to like see what everybody's got going on and stuff.
I see them sometimes when you're watching them.
Twitch is a great platform.
We go live. Our Tuesdays are on Twitch too. Every once in a while, a couple people, here and there. On Twitch.
Do you stream that in the just chatting section or whatever? In Twitch when it pops up?
I think so. I think that's where it goes. Yeah.
I mean, Twitch is really...
Twitch is huge.
They have a Twitch
convention, don't they?
Yes. Twitch is massive, but it's mainly massive in the video gaming space.
Well, yeah. Everyone's got their niche.
Well, it makes sense. Like, if you're gaming, you're in front of a screen, period. Can't game without the screen unless you're, like, doing the, oculars or whatever. But, like, the screen, you're generally going to have a second screen. You just put it there for white noise. Like, almost always, that's what people do with the gaming and stuff. Like, it's just a second screen.
Minimum 2 screens for your guys, because that's, like, baby stuff to the people you watch. They're screen. I'm like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. You'd think I'm, like, trading stocks or something, but no, I'm just playing games.
Literally the screen cave.
That's what they get in there, and I have like the curved drawn, and then I have my vertical monitor for my vertical monitor is for my Discord and everything, and then that's what I have one hanging up here that I don't turn on right now, but that's the one that I would like put a movie on if I was watching one. Yeah.
And then you have your screen, and then there's the TV.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 screens in this tiny room, and this room is smaller than a 10x10 vendor booth spot, and I don't know why. That's what I wanted to compare it to, but that's what I got. And
wonder why I'm diagnosed with anxiety.
All the
time. Cell phone in the hand too at the same time. Yeah.
And it's loud. His headset's loud. Like, I can have a conversation with them. Like, hey, Loopy, what are you doing today? How's the baby? This is great. I can hear everything you're saying.
I had no idea how loud the headset really was until, honestly, like yesterday. I had my headset off my head, and usually I, like, sit it up, which it'll mute itself, but I sat it on the floor next to me because I was, like, going to get a drink, and then I started talking to Sarah when I came back into the room, and I still hadn't put the headset back on, and my buddies started talking in the chat room that I was in. I was like,
this is all the time for me.
Holy shit, dude. I'm like, it's literally like sitting on the floor over there, and I'm like, oh, I can hear loud and clear.
Yes. You can hear it in the kitchen. There's some times where he'll leave it on the floor, and then I don't know, he'll leave the house or whatever. He'll not be in that room, and I'll get spooked because I'm like, I heard something. And then it'll be quiet again. I'm like, I heard something again. Where is it? It's coming.
It feels
Bet you
quiet
it's the
when they're on
freaking
my
headset.
head, though. It feels quiet when they're on my head.
I bet it does.
Those are my Astros, right?
Yeah.
I have a very important question, though, that we still have not figured out the answer to.
Oh, wait. Taylor Duncan's dad jokes.
Ah!
What is up, guys? Taylor Duncan here with Duncan Custom Airbrush, and once again, it's joke time. Let's go. Why did the art thief's van run out of gas while he was fleeing the museum? Because he had no Monet to buy de gas to make the van go. That's funny. It's kind of funny. You gotta know you're a Renaissance artist, I guess. All right, joke number 2. What do two artists do when they come to a disagreement? They have a draw. Whoa, hey, easy, sharp boy. Don't you go falling on me. Last one of this week. I know you're sad. I only do 3. How do you get a stud? This is horrible. How? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just say it. Stop. Say the joke. How do you get a starving artist off of your doorstep? You just pay for the pizza so he'll leave. You get it? Starving artist, he's got a second job, he's a pizza delivery guy. That's all I got for today. Back to the glue, guys. See you next time.
Are jean shorts called jorts only for men, or are they also jorts for women? Because Jason asked me something about jorts last night, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's a jort again? He's like, you know what jorts are. And I'm like, jean shorts? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, the only kind of shorts I have are jeans. Are my shorts jeans, or my little, my little shorts jorts? Because no one has ever called my jean shorts jorts. They're just shorts. And I don't even want to say that word anymore.
Call them Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes and jorts. Is that what we're calling them now? Or are they Daisy Dukes for girls and then jorts for guys? And they have to be a certain length? Do they have to be a certain type?
Daisy Duke wore jorts. Spoiler alert.
Well, that's what I want to know. Are they jorts only for men, or are they also jorts for women?
So what specifically you asked, we were like, we need shorts for Alex. And you were like, I'm shopping for shorts for her online.
On Target, which I never pushed that order
And then you
through.
were looking at them, and I was like, get her a nice set of jorts. And you were like, are they jorts if it's for a girl? And that's where it happened. And I was
Real
like, well,
question.
yeah, I mean, by definition, jorts, right? Jean shorts, jorts. So if they are shorts made from jean material, I believe they fall in the category of jorts.
Holy moly. You need to Google jorts.
So
This is a jorts only
all the
rose to
girls
fame
be wearing
December of
jorts in the
2021.
summer.
Right, exactly.
Oh no, that's a cat.
That's a marketing thing.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, yes, you're right. Technically, yes, all jean shorts are jorts, but I've never heard anybody call girls
That's because
shorts
girls
jorts.
like to be cute and dainty.
Right, and a
Like,
jorts
jorts does not sound cute and dainty. Jorts sounds like something that somebody would drink a Stanley.
Yeah, and I also think jean shorts for girls are way more popular. Guys typically wear like khaki shorts or a different type of
That's why
material.
jorts was literally, in my opinion, meant to be a derogatory term.
Yeah.
For a guy wearing jean shorts. You know what I mean? You're just like, okay, you wearing them dad shorts over there, bro? No, I would imagine that a girl wearing jorts is a girl that would drink out of a Stanley cup. That type.
That might be the same person.
The same demographic.
Yeah.
If you drink out of a Stanley, you wear jorts.
Sure.
Hot take.
I think jorts are only long shorts.
Really? Specifically? Those are like Janko shorts, though.
Are jorts only for women? Or men?
So then Dave Brown wears jorts.
Yes. That's what I picture a jort being.
Dave's shorts are so long. He has like the...
He's short, though. Everything's long on him.
No, but like it's very... Because I have a pair of the shorts, too. Because the G4L shorts, they're the khaki shorts that go like 90%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the really long shorts that are almost pants.
Yeah.
But they're shorts.
Yeah.
This says jorts are most commonly associated with NASCAR fans, your one weird uncle, and middle school boys. Your one weird uncle, that gets me. Or jorts just jean shorts.
It's scary how accurate that probably is. Yeah. I mean, you look at watch Daytona
NASCAR
500 and they
fans,
pan across the crowd, everybody's standing up all jorts.
It's just like brought to you by dungarees.
Hoochie dad shorts or daddy hoochie shorts are essentially short shorts for men. They sit higher up on the thigh than most shorts and usually have between a 3-inch and a 5-inch inseam. So hoochie daddy shorts. I'm done with this. I'm done with the shorts.
So we're thinking about adding jorts to the Craft Expo swag.
But we need to know if they're for women or only for men.
It's true.
Because apparently there is a size situation going on because you also have daddy hoochie shorts.
Yeah.
Which I assume would be Daisy Dukes for men. So is there, in turn, a women word for jorts, since there is a men word for Daisy Dukes, or do we have to make one up? Mom shorts. But that's probably already a
Mom
thing.
shorts?
It's probably already a thing.
Definitely trademarked right now.
Because Target came out with mom pants, which are
We
just rebranding the boyfriend pants.
I'm surprised. I think you were just emailed a cease and desist for saying mom shorts out loud.
So,
Anything with the word mom in it, taken.
if anyone needs me later, I'll be researching jorts. I got my whole day planned out. I got a real busy day.
It's an important topic for society.
I know that we had a couple. We hit most of the topics that we talked about this morning.
You were looking to talk about popular trending cups, but that was part of the
Yeah,
Stanley
that was
thing.
part of my hot take. But yeah, I guess it would just be like, what, to expand on that topic, what do you think will be popular next? Like, I guess that kind of goes with the cell phone question. Like, do you think that, like, is the next one that goes viral going to be like some 50-ounce fucking trash can?
It's gonna be
Or
a shot glass.
is it going to be like some like test tube? I don't know. I mean, the festivals and stuff, they're allowing camel backpacks and shit in. Like, why don't we just straight up go to the book bag? Like, what do we even
What would you
what
do
do we even
with it?
holding beverages for? What,
DTF?
there you go. UV DTF. Now
No,
we
just DTF would be a book bag. Because it would be fabric. Right? You wouldn't actually touch the water bag inside. Is it a bag? Is it a book bag that holds a little water bag? I've never actually seen what the inside
There's
of a
like
camel
a-
pack looks like.
Yeah, there's like
I just see the straw,
there's like a sack.
which seems
inside
very
the bag.
unhygienic. I don't know. I hope they're all cleaning that straw out. I don't know.
I'm
It seems like a
gonna
very long
say-
straw, and I've cleaned Alex's little sippy cups, and that's a pain in the ass, and the straw's like this big.
Be like full of backwash.
I was gonna say, I feel like the demographic that's gonna be at Sick New World this weekend drinking out of those probably didn't wash them after they left when we were young last year. They're probably just pouring right on top of whatever trash can juice they fucking
Well, I've never
are
seen a
drinking out of in the
straw
first place.
cleaner as long as that either. You would need literally like a very
You know
long
what you
one.
probably could do? If you run a solution of like vinegar and water through the whole system.
Yeah,
Please,
just
guys, do that.
let it soak or like something.
Baking soda.
There's
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
be something.
Yeah, something that's not toxic to ingest, but you know, and then rinse it out, and you're probably good to go.
I would hope one of their moms is doing that or something.
Yeah, that
Someone's
is a
at
mom.
home like, you need to clean the spit out of that thing. You're not leaving this house. You'd be drinking out of the water fountain, which might be equally as gross.
Yeah.
So now, I don't
I was
know.
actually I was gonna go. I was supposed to go.
To Sick New World.
Yeah, remember when I talked about it? That was the one that I said I'd really love to go, and that's when I put myself on the wait list. And while
That's
we
the
were in
one
mini
in-
nets, while we were in mini nets in Vegas, and I honestly, I'm so glad that I hit the cancel button. So I put myself on a wait list. While we were in North Carolina a few weeks ago, I got the email that was like, "Your Sick New World tickets are ready," and I was like, "What?" I honestly forgot I put myself on the wait list, and it like was trying to run them, and my credit card was like, this is a couple $1,000 because the tickets are expensive as shit, and I was like, no, that's fraud. So obviously it canceled my spot in line and all that stuff, and then afterwards I'm telling Sean about it, and Sean's like, yeah, that's like this weekend, and I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I canceled that. I'm like, no plans for a flight, no plans for a hotel, no
You
plans
could
for
have flown
nothing.
in with Rachel.
No. And so now all the set times are released, and I'm like, it's like that full circle thing where I'm like, maybe I should have went, because it's like System of a Down, and then it's like Deftones, and it's like a really good lineup and stuff. But No. Nope. No. So I could have been in the mix of these people drinking out of these like trash can bags and stuff that they're going to be drinking out of all weekend. But I opted out, and I feel like I might have dodged a bullet, but I hope that everything goes really well with this festival because the festival stuff has been like so sketchy lately. It's like between the festival a couple years ago that people got trampled and died.
Which
And
one was
then-
that?
Travis Scott's thing.
Yes.
Astro
Oh,
World.
yes.
Ridiculous. Horrible.
Yeah.
horrible
Oh
thing.
my
Crazy.
god. Oh, I got
That's what I'm saying.
chills.
Like, so now it's like,
The dad pulling his son out. That was the one, right?
yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was one of them. Yeah.
The kid was small. Because I was like,
So that's crazy.
he's small to be at a concert like that, but it was his first. He wanted to go with his dad.
Then you have Bamboozle was just canceled. And then you had, what was the other one that was canceled too? There was like another one, I think, that was canceled. But either way, Bamboozle was definitely canceled. And then, you know, like I said, you had
The
deaths
week before.
So like, it's like so sketchy because I feel like I went to so many concerts when we were younger. Like we still go to concerts every now and then, but like,
You went to a lot, and you still go to a decent amount.
yeah, like Ozfest doesn't exist anymore. Warped Tour doesn't exist anymore, but
2020
they were staples. I
They
went
put
to
a damper on you, but you were a showman.
ever since I was 14 years old. I went to every Ozfest, every Warped Tour. My sister would bring me to them when I was younger, and then when I was old enough, I'd go on my own with my friends and
What's
stuff.
the metal one you went to? The year we met.
Maybe Saints and Sinners, or maybe
It was a hard. This is hardcore.
This is Hardcore is another
the
one
one.
that's always in Philly and stuff. So like decades been going to these things, and
Tell him your name.
it like no people.
Tell him your MySpace name.
Yeah, J Dance. So nobody would
And Jay does dance. Not the dance you're thinking of.
actually. My MySpace name, to be very specific, was J Dance is fucking famous. Was my MySpace name because I was seen as shit. And I was scenely famous.
But then you went
locally and stuff.
XXX, didn't you?
I didn't go. I was straight edge for the whole time I was seen, basically. Yeah, pretty much. But anyway,
I love you.
I digress. You didn't hear that. Like, festivals didn't get canceled. It wasn't even a wonder. You weren't even like, gee, I wonder if this fest is
No.
actually going to happen. You were like, I bought tickets and I can't wait. And then like,
And there was no Facebook.
I wonder if I'm gonna die today. Like, if that wasn't a question either. It was I can't wait to have fun and talk about it tomorrow. Like, so like the whole concept of what's happening at these things is like mind blowing to me, to be honest with you.
You wouldn't even go with anyone a lot of shows. You would buy tickets and just go because you're like, I'll know someone there. And I'm like, how do you know? You haven't talked to anyone. I've been with you. And you're like, no, someone will be there. This guy will be there. That guy will be there. I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah, even now when we went to Sad and Bougie for Sean, like we still wasn't as many people as
No,
we
but
used
me
to know
and you
and
went
stuff, but we knew a
together.
couple
I'm saying
people.
that you left the house as one person and went without talking
I'm saying
to
even
anyone.
if I went by myself to Sad and Bougie, I wouldn't have not known anyone. I would have known at least a couple people. So it's still relevant now that even all these years later, I still know at least one or two people that show up to these things. When yes, it used to be everyone. It
Well, I
was
just
weird
think
if I
it's-
didn't know you at a show.
I think it's a little different now than back then because we have Facebook and literally people cannot help themselves, me included, to tell the world what they're doing coming up. And all we had was MySpace. And if you didn't put up a bulletin about it and I didn't see it, which we didn't put up bulletins about that stuff, you didn't know. You had no idea who was going to go. Now you have a general idea of who you're going to see there for real. But back then, I'm just saying, like, that's pretty bold of you and cool that you would just do that. Not many people would. I mean, I think the world's divided in that situation where this half will and this half is like, I'm outside. Can you come meet me? Can you walk me in? I'm that person.
Yeah, that was us even with Sean's Sad and Bougie. Was like, because we were like, all right, we know he's going to get real busy. We tried to get there pretty early. We did get there pretty early. And it was just like, you don't want to be there too early where we're just sitting around doing nothing, but I also don't want to be too late to where Sean's going to be in the mix, definitely busy with like all the stuff that he's involved in
No,
with
because
his
Sean,
with
please
his
come
event.
outside and get us.
So we're like, we'll grab a slice of pizza on the boardwalk and like message him, hey, we're here. We're just parked. We're just grabbing a slice. And it's just like, oh, he'll answer us. And then like we finish our slice and it's just like, he hasn't answered yet. So do we just like go home them, or because we're unreasonable people sometimes. It's like, I know that we're like right here already, and Sean's definitely gonna come get us at some point, but like, I don't know what to do.
I'm not gonna lie when I will tell you that going home had crossed my mind if he was too busy to answer his phone. I don't care if it was 45 minutes to get there.
That's why I knew,
2020
I knew that it was on the table.
Prior to 2020, I was definitely better about that stuff. But after 2020, I'm like even worse than I was before. The anxiety's like up there, and I'm like, all right, see you later. This didn't work out, but I'm okay. I'm crazy like that. The anxiety is real. But you know, it happens. We're going to be going to a lot, well, not a lot. I guess the next one is TumblerCon, which we really need to get started planning on that. Maybe sometime this weekend or today or tomorrow. We'll talk about what our plans are, but that's the next time I think we're going to be in front of a lot of people. And last year, it was a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. I've already honestly been working on that stuff, but
Well, I meant like, travel and stuff. We should lock those things down. I was looking at some Airbnbs. But I'm really excited. All my friends, though, we were talking about how different this is going to be than all year that we've seen each other, because all year, at least 2 or 3 of us weren't actually working, especially with the Misfit Makers tour. Like, we went, but I wouldn't say that we did more work. I mean, me and you did more work at the Glitter Guy one, but that's how it was. No one really did more work than Jess and Jerry during these tours because they were teaching. Mm-hmm. They were locked into those 3 classes every day. And like Daytona was Jen. So of course she was running around more busy than everyone else. But like me and Nikki and everyone else, we were just like here and there. This is going to be the first time that we're all busy. Everyone's busy. Jess and Jerry are teaching from like sun up to sundown. Mm-hmm. Me and you will have a booth and tons of people to network with and meet and greet and have fun. Nikki and Jen are literally running a convention.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and we're trailering everything down there this year. That'll be new to
I got
do
a
this
ticket
year.
to a class.
That's fun.
It's Nikki's class. It's not during the convention.
Yeah, that's the first night, right? Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We started working on a lot of stuff. Well, we've been working on a lot of stuff at the warehouse, but if anybody watches the Instagram stories, or I think Sarah might have even posted it in the group, but we worked on Alex's nursery.
Her nursery was so
playroom,
cute.
well, her playroom that comes off the nursery.
She needed an area.
Was formerly where my stuff went. And
We
now,
called it the blue room.
now you see there's more stuff behind me. That was some of the shit that was there. But that's one of the rooms, and then we're going to be, I know we talked about it last time, we're going to add the storefront. That's my next room to work on. We had to
That's going to look really cool.
get Alex happy. Yeah, I'm stoked because that goes hand in hand with working on the stuff for TumblerCon, and because I'm going to be like building kind of shelving units at the same time.
Unfortunately, that is currently my room that I stick all the stuff that I have no idea what to do with, and I probably should just get rid of it, but I am internally a hoarder, and I do not know how to get rid of stuff, or a lot of that stuff is stuff I've been looking for, too. I'm just a hot mess, so looks like I'll be spring cleaning for a good reason, for a few good reasons. Some of them I just named. I've been looking for some of that stuff in there.
If anybody got to come to the Misfit Makers tour, or did you make a video? You did.
Highlights coming early next week.
Yeah, so we'll have a video of the tour after too, which we do a walk. You do the walkthrough, right, with me?
You did the first one with us.
Yeah, so we did a tour for the Misfit Makers thing, and then that was the first time that anybody that wasn't like a vendor or something that came to visit us, which also was like somewhat rare too. Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of outside people in the building that
few.
know what we do, that have like seen our space, because I can't say like, hey, the UPS guy hasn't seen it, because like the UPS guy's in there every day. The USPS guy's in there every day, but they don't care.
No, like last year it was like Nikki, Amy, Jen. We had 2 wholesale stores. Ashley from Craft Crate, but she's here all the time too. Ashley lives 2 hours away, so she comes down and hangs out once in a while, but I don't even think saw the back.
I don't even think that we got to give a tour to Kelly.
We did, when she drove the car down here on Father's Day.
So it changed a little bit since then, but not a whole lot. But yeah, so anyway, it was really cool to give like a first-hand look to a lot of stuff and get to show off hand a lot of the rooms that we've worked hard on recently, like this one, like the office room, like the fusion room and stuff. So it was really cool. So I think that continuously, as we start to open up more options like classes and stuff, and when the storefront's ready, that people will get to see and appreciate these rooms more.
Yeah, I think it's be really cool. I like them.
Not the warehouse part. You don't get to go in there.
You don't want to go in there. It's not as exciting as it sounds anyway. Well, I mean, I guess when you're not there every day, it might be, but it's...
Yeah, but I ran the assembly line for everybody.
That was really cool.
It was really fun.
You put on a good show. You were a good sport.
I had my fancy jacket.
Jason does not love doing these kinds of things, and I saw him transition into that person he has to be to make it through that weekend, and it's kind of like a switch. And it's like, oh, Jason Lively's here now. It's like, glitter guy Jason's here.
I felt the way inside, the way that I think that what I saw in Fred Durst's eyes at Sean's party. This is what we talked about before, and in my belief, and I feel like I can't be too far off base.
I hate everything about this, but I'm going to put on a good show.
Yeah, that you just know that, okay, I have to be me for a living, but sometimes I don't really want to be me, and I can only do it for so long. So you could tell that he'd be on the stage and be doing his, it's like prepping himself. And it's like, all right, go and jump out in the crowd. It's time to be Fred. Get in everyone's face, have fun, take some pictures, what's up? And it's like, crawl back to the stage. It's like, okay, that's enough. That's kind of how, and I
could tell
I disappeared a few times from that. I did the tour, I do my tour, practice in my head what I'm going to say to everybody, go in the rooms, give
Especially
my speech, everybody, hey, we're doing good and stuff, and then bye. And I just kind of was like the Homer Simpson meme where I disappear into the bush, and I was in the office with the lights off, just nobody know that I'm in here.
But you didn't even start out with the first tour. I don't think that you even disappeared that much. The second tour, you did more of the store stuff and then slightly disappeared in between. The first one, you did the store the whole time. The second one, you were in and out. The third one, you didn't even bother. But that's kind of the way you could tell the energy was and you just tried to do your best. And I think everyone saw that, and everyone kept coming up to me and telling me how much they really appreciated you and how cool you were and all this other stuff. They had nothing to compare it to because they don't know the other Jason.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that you literally couldn't tell that you
Come talk to me about how much you hate Stanley Cups, and then you'll be like, wow, this guy gets really excited.
That's one thing they'll say.
Hey, I'll talk about how much I love them if they want to sponsor me. I'm just saying.
How would one sponsor
I think
you?
every episode I'm looking for a new sponsorship. Hey, who makes these?
What would they do? Just send you money or send you a bunch of knives?
What, the Stanley thing or the knife thing?
I guess it depends on who's the, what you're looking for.
Exactly. Hey, we'll work it out.
Do you got a phone number to give them or anything?
Just listen to my channel. Just listen.
All right, then. You got anything else up your sleeve?
I was thinking. I don't think that I do. Do you have anything else?
No, I don't think I want to bring up the printer and ruin my whole day.
Oh, yeah, that was the other topic. What are we at for time? I won't make it a really long episode.
How long we been here, Chris?
An hour 7.
That's
short for what we've been hitting the last couple weeks.
I'll kill it, though. You're fine.
Jason did want to bring up the printer. It's just a hot topic. Maybe next week when it's fixed.
But Brian's going to be here next week. Just so you know, we do have a guest next week. Brian's going to come in next week. Yeah, he confirmed. He'll come here 8:30 a.m. next week.
It's hard. I don't like things that I can't control, and I can't control the fact that these people will not come here when I want them to and fix this damn printer. It's been a week. Why do I wait a week? And I had to be super annoying to get it done this week, and I hate being annoying. And I know it's crazy for you to hear that because I'm annoying all the time. And you probably think it's like a hobby of mine, but I don't enjoy it.
Well, so it's having to be able to think rationally and be able to think yourself through the situation. I think that's where I excel a lot of times, is being able to problem solve and looking at something from a different perspective. So yes, the printer is broken-ish. It won't. So the difference in the perspective was the black ink is specifically what is smearing on the UV printer. So, but originally it was printer's broken, it's smearing. So it's just like go through, test print, figure it out, clean, figure it out, go back through, test.
I did that all day
And it's just
Thursday
like,
and Friday
yeah.
last week.
And then, but isolate the fact that color unscathed, going perfectly. It's the black specifically that was smudged. So that's where the pivot had to come in. So our problem altered a little bit. It started with UV printer down. Then it changed to UV printer can't do black. So let's find prints that either don't have any black or have a very minimal amount of black in them. So while still in a major problem state, we're moving towards being able to work through the problem until the real fix comes in. And then it was like, what else can be printed on the other printer? Because you said originally you were just forgetting that any prints could, or not any, but that some of the prints could even be done on that printer.
Very small amount of prints can be done on that printer, though, because what you don't realize, and what me and Patty realized in a big way, especially yesterday, is that although this print is full color and no black, it's fucking outlined in black. Everything's outlined in black. Everything's got outlines. It's crazy. I was like, I didn't see those black outlines before, but now I'd be seeing them now because they're also smudged. And we mostly keep everything stocked so that when you order it, we could just pull it right off the shelf. But we do allow printed vinyl to oversell because I can print that quick. Even if my shipper needed it right now, if my black ink worked, and this order has to go out and nothing was printing on that printer, which, you know, during the day I try to keep it free for that stuff. I'll print it right now. It takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, you literally could have it.
I don't
ready in
enjoy
5.
doing it that way, but that is a way that we can keep most things in stock all the time. So we oversold a few things that are really, really cool things. And now, we thought it was going to be Monday because they told us Monday. Mm-hmm. And then we thought it was going to be Tuesday because they told us Tuesday. And then I was hopeful for Wednesday because he said the part had to come in and then he could schedule us. And I'm like, all right, well, he knows my printer's down, so it's got to be Wednesday. And I knew it. I knew when he said this week it was going to be Friday. But I had to wait until yesterday to get that confirmation that my mans will be here on Friday. And I'm glad they're sending Enos because now I don't like Matt. But I really do like Enos. He's fun.
He is. We actually at first were like, I don't know, almost like scared of him.
He fell asleep.
He's like a big overbearing guy, Enos. But he's a man of very little words.
To you?
At first. The first few times he came, he rarely said anything. It was
You gotta
very
crack
short
him
sentences
open.
and stuff.
You gotta crack him open like the big old egg he is.
That's it. Now he's just a big old Enos teddy bear.
I like him. He's
But
fun.
those are the gripes with the printers, and it sucks. It sucks, but
It's
those
just
are the
something
things
as a
that
business
you
you
go
have to
through.
deal with.
Being a business owner, you just have to deal and find your best way to work through until you can come up with a more complete fix.
And my problem is I just like plans. Like if they had told me even if they had told me on Monday that it probably won't be until Friday that he could send someone, and he knew. You're not going to ever convince me that he didn't already have this idea in his head because he also has to do his whole schedule for the week, that it was probably going to be Friday no matter when that part came. But he kept stringing me along. Can't schedule you till the part comes. Can't schedule you till the part comes. I'm like, okay, well, where's the part? And then he gave me the tracking for the part. And I'm like, the part's here, so can you come tomorrow or not? No, Friday. Just tell me ahead of time because I could have done a lot of things differently. I would have been less annoying. I like plans. I need a plan or my brain stops. And that's what my week has been all week. Wondering where the plan was going to come from. When's the plan? When are we going to come up with a plan? Can't plan anything when things are in other people's hands. And that is why I wind up doing everything myself. Like next time this happens, probably going to Google where I can buy a print head from and how I can put that in myself. Probably will actually lean over Enos all day tomorrow and learn how to put this print head in myself. Enos is going to be like, someone get this girl away from me right now.
It's like, Chris, set up a camera. Just film the whole thing. We'll study it.
Yup. Get up in there.
Our new Friday tutorial, how to change a print head on
Right.
This really turned into a tech channel.
Right, exactly.
But maybe I could save someone else's week because that really pooped on my whole week.
Week pooper.
Not me, Matt. Or whoever broke my print head.
You think there was sabotage?
No, I don't.
That machine just
Sabotage.
wants to sabotage our lives. That machine has had more than a couple issues over the past year.
Which has led to my total frustration is that this isn't the first time this particular printer went down. And granted, I do have the other printer, which is great, but that
do the
doesn't
same.
print white.
You have
So
the
now
two
I need a
printers that
third
do
printer.
Different things. No, we don't.
Hopefully we do soon.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But no, realistically, today I do not need to go get a third printer.
No, I need my label printer to work. You want to talk about printer frustrations? Is the same people that sold me my brand new label printer, and tell me that the training is just for the finisher portion, which is not true. It's for the whole thing. But anyway, he's like, no, the label printer. It's just a printer. You just load the material in, and then you just hit the print button and the drivers, and it works. No.
It only test prints. For some reason, the software is not properly talking to the printer. Because then after you ditched it, I'm like, well, I have nothing to do but wait for Matt to email me back anyway now. Because this is Monday. Like, it's Tuesday. I'll just play around with around with the printer and see if I can do anything Jason didn't do, which I could not. I just did the same things you did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did a few other things. I don't know if you did, but they didn't result in anything that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not talking. I have a feeling it's something to do with the driver because the issues that it looks like it's having are similar that we've had with the printer in the office.
It'd be nice if it worked, because it would ease or accelerate the speed at which I could print these brand new designed labels for our glitter.
You know, right now Stephanie's out there hand labeling.
Hand labeling. We could run it through the machine. Either way, spoiler alert, the blind box glitters, all 4 are getting our newly updated glitter label.
I'm sad that the old font's leaving. I really like that font, but if I had to let it go, this is probably the font I would let it go for.
Yeah, new font. New color scheme-ish. Slightly bigger label, but it's not in this room. It looks cool though. I think people will be pleased with it. I'm pleased with it.
I think it looks really cool. I like it.
All right, I got nothing else, and we do got a bunch of shit to do.
Yeah, I gotta go do some expo putting together plan and stuff.
Yep, that's what I wanted to get back to before it's too late. We'll lose Sean.
We're making tea, and when making tea, always bring
Yep.
the pot to the kettle.
All right,
and
let's get back to
never
work.
Bring the kettle to the pot.
Now, pour the tea.